Hello YouTube, this is Hidden Angel Lionheart coming to you live again from the Rec Room. So today's video, I had been mentioning this in a few other past ones if you remember. I was going to do some housing tour videos and some stats introduction to some of my stuff. So what better way to start things off than with Mr. Angel Lifebringer. And of course I will show off his stats and what all gear I am currently using. For right now, I am still using the Hood of Isprit, and I could never get the boots. So at the moment, I'm still using the boots of the Cold Sun Pyramid, which you craft from Azteca, that you get from the bird guy up in Alto, if memory serves me right. And the actually stats ain't bad for it. Then you also have the Ravenous Sun Shaman's armor. Now the downfall with this is it does not give pip chance, unlike the Waterworks robe, and it actually gives more like 1% more damage and less health, the Waterworks, but this was actually better because it actually gives like a little bit more resist, which is actually what I was aiming for on this. And since I went to level 90, I bought the Lunarium's Revelation Wand, which gives 7% chance in pip chance for, I think I just said that, but for power pip, and also you get 2% universal crit, pierce, 40 universal block, 78 universal crit, and plus 10 incoming health, and it gives 6 balance ultra burst wand spells. And then for the theme, I'm using the Brutal Azteca Horn. It gives plus 300 health, plus 10% power pip chance, and of course death block, 7% life damage, which I was looking for was damage items for my life, since life's damage is not that good usually, unless you have to really look for it. And then I socketed a a 5% chance, or actually a 5% boost in life, pierce, and 6% life accuracy, so that way I'm not fizzling as much, because I have 3 here, 6 here, then I have, oh wait, I don't have anything there, and then I have the Sealy's Wizard's Torque. Now I'm trying to get something else to put the fit in for the square to deduct damage, but the Conviction and Lifeblade spells are actually really worth having, as well as like extra boosting. And I actually got the Smoking Mirrors War Ring, and these items are both level 82, and they are kind of hard to come by unless that's a universal things, so any school can wear these ones. These are not life based, but unless you're using like a life build on a death or life build on an ice, like me, of course. And so I also have a 4% stun resist, which actually comes quite in handy. And this is a pet I won. It really sucks because the Starburst spiders are just terrible. And of course we have Ellie, the Life Minotaur, which is a very veteran type, old school pet no one hardly ever sees anymore. It's got the Shatter and Enfeeble May Cast, 9% universal resist plus 4% chance in pip. I have not trained it to Mega because I'm just kind of afraid to risk it to see if it's going to get bad stats or not, but I'm probably just going to go over the edge and probably train it when the double XP event actually happens again. And it's got a plus 5% accuracy, so that way I don't lose any accuracy chance. And my favorite mount, the Proud Lion mount, since I've had since the first generation. And I had the Chieftain Smiling deck. And for my questing, I usually use 4 towers, maxed out Colossals, 3 Potents, 2 Primorals, 4 Sharpened, maxed out Forest Lords, 4 Gnomes, Arctorius, 2 Traps, and usually what I do is, when I'm doing traps and blades, I usually have about 3 or 4 blades, so that way 2 of each Sharpened can go on knees, so that way I get the boost from all the blades, and traps, 3 traps, because 2 traps of my regular and spirit, so that way it gets the plus 25 and a 35 and a plus 70 and a plus 80 for feints. So I usually carry 3 feints, 2 of each of my actual traps, 4 life and spirit blades, 2 regenerate and 2 satyr, 4 devotion, a reshuffle, and that's pretty much it for my main spell deck. I hardly ever rely on treasure cards except for like empower, sacrifice, cleanse charms to get off the 90%, which is actually pretty cool. And yep, so anywho, this is actually my house here, and I have already Elder CPs and EMPs, and also here's a bunch of trees. I really love my trees, as you all can tell. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of my wizards, but if I am able to, I will be slightly impressed. And ooh, there's the very first mount I started out with this for the life wizard when I got this account like over a year ago, which was history in the making until I got back the lion mount that I would always use during the first generation. And since I actually have a sense of good frickin' fashion, as you guys can see, because I mean, the Oyoki hat with the two guardian outfits actually look really good on this guy, especially when it's in the black and whatever else color. But since I'm life, black and green looks really good on this guy. So I always went for black and green on it, and it actually looked and turned out really well. So, this is just the outside of my house. The inside really isn't that well, except for the basement. I have like all of the life furniture sets for this guy, so and it's all of the life furniture sets are in the very basement of this life house. So, yep. Anywho, this has been my little introduction with my life. So, moving on, we will get to the ice next. Here we go, Mr. also first famous Angel Lionheart, my incredible ice, aka life healer when I want him to be. Now, his stats are actually the ones I'm the most proud of. He has 86% chance, or 86% ice damage, and he has plus 42 from gems. His health, very OP. Mana, decent. His resist is 54% to everything, accuracy 24% for ice, so that way I have a 4% over to where I never fizzle, which is always good. 385 ice critical, and critical in general block just sucks. Then he has like 19% incoming to health, 83% power pip chance, which actually ain't bad, and plus, if I do a few certain tricks, I can actually get his resist up to 65% universal to everything, which is actually not bad at all when you think about it. So for his gear, of course, we have the Malister set, Hood of the Cold-Hearted, which actually isn't too bad for this guy. And I would recommend this for anybody who's going for Ice and Darkmoor gear. This is highly recommended if you're going to main Ice. And also Armor of the Cold-Hearted, which is actually highly recommended unless you're going to farm the Exalted Rattlebones, which if you do, Godspeed, eat a steak, good luck with that. You'll want to kill yourself after. And I say this for a reason, and others who have farmed Rattlebones will understand this complete dire agonizing pain. So anywho, Ice really want to main for the Malister armor, for the Cold-Hearted robe, hat, and boots. I do not have the boots, but since I farmed Omen, or fought Omen, I got his boots, which actually give universal critical 23 ice damage, which is not bad. Stun resist 8% resist to everything, which ain't bad. And the Bitter Ghost Stalkers, or the Bitter Ghost gear is the tier 2 for ice, so it's really not that good when you think about it. These stats may look good, but really they just absolutely suck. And these boots I usually use from now on because they give high percentage of critical and high, resist. So those are the ones I'm mainly using. And for the wand I use Majora's Relic of Diligence, and this wand you actually get as a drop from Omen in Polaris, and he's one of the gold skeleton key bosses that you fight. And the one lake area I cannot, Frontiers Frozen Tears, or River of Frozen Tears, whatever it's called. That's the area of where you will find Omen. He's literally on a hill, and boy, he's annoying as crap. And hopefully one of these days, maybe I'll make a video on it. But since other people like, excuse me, Blue, Blaze, and Courtney, or Olivia Stormcloud, as everybody knows her, has done that video for him, so that's kind of irrelevant for me to do, I guess. And here is the Wolf Lancet of Shivers, which is the tier 1 athame you get in Darkmoor Graveyard from the first boss, and it is a crap to farm for. But it gives 4, excuse me, things to socket for, so I have health, damage boost, and accuracy, so that actually helps, and this is highly, highly recommended, unless you're farming for Aphrodite. Good luck. Also, good luck with that. So this is actually really worth farming for as well. And I actually have the Amulet of Neverwhere, which gives 4% resist to everything, 35 universal crit, and this is the tier 1 amulet you can get in Darkmoor in either level 2 or Darkmoor area level 2, but yeah, this one is a major pain to farm for, and I actually got it out of sheer luck from what's-his-face, the Dracula dude out of Darkmoor that you have to fight for the first time, and then you fight him for the second time in the graveyard of Darkmoor, where you fight Malistaire. But, yep. And this one, if you're a major resist freak, I still use the Eliza's Chill Band, and this you can get in Safaria at the very end, where you have to fight like 5 bosses at once, or not at once, but 4 or 5 bosses in a row from each quest, which actually is not bad, and this thing is really not bad either. 3 extra resist to everything is really worth it. And the pet I still use for this character, I use the proper penguin, which is my Princess Molly. She has Maycast, Shatter, and Fairy, and she has 9% resist to everything and 6% ice damage and a 3% ice boon shard. And the mounts I have on this character are the Seraph Wings, the Candy Cane Snowboard, the Celestial Carpet, Dragon Wings, and the Winter Glide Skates. And the deck I have made right now is the Horizon Hold set of Vergalis, and I think this is one of the decks you can get from Rasputin that's at the very end of Polaris, and he's like the final boss. But also, just to give you guys a little tour, yes, I'm very obsessed, and I love my trees. And I also have the Mountain Yak, or Yeti Yak, if that's what you would want to call it. And I also have all kinds of pets. This is like my little pet area. And I have the Rainbow Bunny mount, which is actually pretty cool. And I have one of the Foo Dog pets also on this guy, and there's actually flowers in this area too. I really love flowers and trees in this game. It just looks so real-like, and it's just really awesome. But anywho, yes, and I also have the Celestial Wolf that you get from the Evergreen bundle. So I have that mount, and I also have the pink Seraph Wings you get from the Valentine event that I got from like last year, which is actually really cool. And they actually gave away the pink Leopard, which was actually really cute, and I think only Jonathan got that. And right here is the Spiral Cup Gauntlet. I actually bought that, and I got that bundle, and it's on this guy. And, oh, the other mount is the Trent and the Tanglewood mount, or the Tanglewood Weed mount. So I have both of these mounts as well. So, yep, I'm pretty well stocked on mounts. And I have another pair of Dragon Wings, and I really don't remember where I got my other pair. I think it might have been from a pack, but I can't swear to that. And there's Sammy. And also, shout out to Samuel, of course. And also to my very special friend Monica. She is really cool as well. And she is a max death wizard. I'd say really decent stats considering 28 accuracy to death. So, yep, I would certainly say so. And she's got all the death gear. And, of course, shout out to Blaze since you're the crappy ballads. No puns intended, he understands. And we also have Lucas. Shout out to you, my brother from another mother. And he's actually a myth. Decent damage and stats. So, I would honestly say he's done pretty well. And also, we have, of course, Sammy. And his stats are really good considering 140% storm damage, 130 plus resist, or plus takeaway, and 48 universal to everything, 33 storm accuracy, and like 4200 health, which actually is decent, 4405 critical to storm, and he has a 23 storm pierce and pip conversion of 125, and he has the legendary Ione's legendary sword, Aphrodite's gear, which is worth farming for, but you will want to kill yourself after because of how long it takes. And he actually has the other version of my amulet, which is really cool. And he has the Storm Owl's Terror Ring. I don't know where he got that, but I may have to ask him. And he also has the Lightning Rider's deck, which gives more damage, which is actually very exceptional. And he actually has the Spark Beast, which gives 2 sets of storm damage and 2 both sets of proof resist talents, and actually gives a 3% ice damage boon. And he's got the crafted Chrysalis boots, which is actually not bad from Malister boots, so you can't really complain on that part. And he also has the Malister cloak and cowl. Okay. Okay, that was a little awkward right there. Oh, and I also have the life mount right here as well, or life mounts, I should say, I got from a drop from Rattlebone's Master Duels, which was actually really, really cool. And, yep, shout out to Samuel, Monica, Blaze, and Lucas, of course. And now, we are going to go on for you guys to see my famous myth, Emo Commander. The legend himself, the history in the making, the Emo Commander myth himself, Angel Ravenheart. Ah, screams of joy everywhere. So yes, as you can see, I'm still in my Christmas theme, and I really don't care. And this is my PvP guy, of course. So I'm going to show you guys. Okay, you guys really shouldn't be seeing this. Anywho, the main stuff I use for him in PvP is, of course, the Cow of Tribulation. Everybody knows what the Commander gear is, but the stuff I usually use to quest with him is right now the Senator's Poetic Laurel, which actually is not bad because the Senator gear is actually not too bad for 30, and it actually is good to the point where you can keep using it up to about level 45, if not 52 or 54. So it's actually worth getting, and the Magma Walkers are just a mandatory for right now, considering I never got the Senator boots, so this was just a fill-in. So yes. So anywho, when I get the chance and not lazy, I will do it. And I also have the Sky Iron Hosta, which is highly recommended for level 30 up to like level 50 plus ish in that range. And I use the Heart Steel, of course, and I usually use the Duelist Fatal Razor when I want to go heavy damage for quick matches, and Heart Steel is just for when I'm trying out my life setup. And I use the Duelist Bertruzzo Talisman because it gives the extra health and it gives that extra amulet boost, of course. And the Surgeon Scalpel is what I usually use for questing, which actually is not too bad considering it's got all kinds of incoming and outgoing stats. So healing for questing is actually not too bad. And the Duelist Daredevil Ring, of course, I use for PvP, quick matches, and just PvP in general. And Heartsteel I actually do use when I'm doing classic PvP, and boy is it a lifesaver. And the pet I mainly use during regular PvP, or regular PvP, I will use either Jasmine, which is my solid ward pet with the 10% universal everything and plus 50% to balance, death, ice, and storm resist, with a plus 40 weight gem, which increases all resist stats by 1 point each, which actually is not too bad either. And my other pet Jasmine is the other Life Minotaur, which has 3 May casts of Shatter Unicorn and Healing Current, plus 6 universal damage and plus 6% myth damage from the myth boon, and a 9 universal resist to everything. And plus the spell itself, so it actually is not too bad. And the other pets I have is another Hybrid Burning Dryad and a Princess Cassie. I still need to train these pets. I forget. I think I hatched one of them with Lucas, and the other one was with Samuel. So I'm not entirely sure what the pets were. So I'm gonna have to figure it out sooner or later. And when I was getting the Christmas packs for free, I got a 1-day red and green candy cane mounts. So yeah. But anywho, my PvP decks I usually use as Pinewood if it's a quick match. So I just usually have, oh wait, no, that is, crap! This is my Lore Master deck setup for when I'm just using shields and everything. But, yeah, I need to change that up actually real quick before I do another PvP or I'm going to want to hurt myself. So anywho, we usually go for about, 1 tower shield, 1 or 2 blade, or usually 1 blade, 1 Calypso, and maybe Krampus, I'm not sure. I usually have 1 of each Dispel as well, because, well, Dispels are just amazing. 1 Melt, 1 Straggle, 1 Unbalance, 1 Spirit Blade, Conviction, kinda, sorta. Myth, I also use, you will never see me use any of the other stuff except for like shields, maybe at the most. But those are like the main stuff I usually use, and I won Krampus as a drop from Lore Master, which I actually was happy about, so I just might throw that in for the lulz. And I also got crap, I'm trying to think. Oh, the blinding light. I need that. I got Ninja Pigs also from her, which actually wasn't too bad. And Life Minotaur, of course, because Life Minotaur is awesome. So, anywho, and that's actually my Myth, Anti-Myth boss deck. So, that's actually not too bad. And Deck of Lotus. Oh, okay, I feel stupid now. This is the PvP quick match deck I use. It's 2 towers, 2 volcanics, 2 either shields, a Cyclops, a Frog, and a Ninja Pigs, 2 stuns, a Conviction, a regular Spirit, and just a regular Myth Blade. So also for Myth TC attacks, I have a Bassi, Medusa, or an Orthrus in case I need to get through a shield real quick. Medusa in case they don't shield, or a Bassi just to stun them so they can get damage over time, plus a Blade and a Fortify because, well, Fortify 20% resist to everything else is a boost. That really ain't bad when you think about it. And also, my stats for him, of course, have not really changed. But if I do this and this, his stats go up to 58% damage to Myth, which is not bad. And my resist kinda drops, but I really don't care at the moment for when I do quick matches, and I have 21 accuracy to Myth, which actually is not too bad. And plus, this is why so many people hate Myth. And when I have this all on, and when I do Life build, of course, I lose my extra 150 health, but that's not too bad considering Life Mastery kind of makes up for it. I have 65, or literally 50% universal to everything except for Ice Storm, Death, and Balance, so those fights against them I really have fun with, considering I have almost 70 resist to those 4 skulls, which is actually not bad, so my resist is really broken on my Myth for low-level PvP mages. And, yep, that's pretty much all his stats. And also, my phone. But anywho, yes, those are the stats. And I have 1% armor piercing universal to everything also. And 55% power pip chance at level 39, of course. Which is actually also kind of broken when you think about it, of course. So, yep, these are the stats pretty much. And 45 wins, 26 losses. I don't boost, so anyone that's going to criticize me for not boosting and having sucky win and losses, screw off. That's what I'm pretty much going to tell you. And, yeah. Anywho. So, yes, we are going to be doing all of those, and I've been doing all of those, and plus I have all these other things. And I need 7 more wins to get the last title badge, but I'm really too freaking lazy to get the badge. So, yeah. And also, the last person I'm going to show for you guys tonight, he is the Storm, and I'm just going to show you his stats. So, hold up. Oh, and over 8,000 tickets. Also, ignore the crowns, dang it. They're not for sale. And lastly, we have Reinhardt, and he's going to be our wrap-up for the night. So I'm going to show you guys his gear real quick. I use the Woodland Tribal Hood, which I'm heavily considering to go back to the Waterworks Hood because of that resist and stuff. I don't really think I need it, and the extra critical is nice, but it's not really worth it either. And I use the Poet's Robe, of course, is really good until you get up to the, not Azteca, but either Azteca or